$123,000 for this Lincoln Navigator. We're here at a Volvo, Lincoln, Mitsubishi dealership, a quite unique dealer, all three in one. We're going to check them out because some of these might be super overpriced. I mean, $123,000. We're going to see that, and then we're going to see some of the most affordable vehicles over at Mitsubishi, all in one dealership. So very, very unique. Let's look at some of these prices. I mean, and the other thing is volume. This is not like a high volume dealer because Lincoln doesn't sell 51 grand. Lincoln doesn't sell that much, volume. Same with Volvo and Mitsubishi especially. They're low volume dealers compared to, let's say, a high volume Toyota dealer that's going to sell a lot of volume, but still very unique. But think about how much money they can make selling one of these things. I mean, 42 grand. Sometimes I can barely find a Dodge Hornet for 42 grand, and now we're walking up to Lincoln and they got vehicles that are in that price point. So yeah, not cheap at all, but still, you are at a Lincoln dealer, so they add leather to a Ford. Here you go, $66,000. What is this, a Lincoln Nautilus? Not cheap, man, $66,000. And they got quite a few of those Navigators that are super expensive. Let's go down here. I think they got some of the Volvo inventory down here. Let's see what the Volvo inventory is priced at after we check out a few more of these Lincolns, because if you know anything about Volvo in America, they don't sell much volume. 70 grand, 2025 Lincoln Nautilus. But reliability, I mean, with everything, you're looking right now at Ford's, I guess you could call it their luxury brand, and think about all the reliability issues. You guys know Ford, or you should know Ford, as the recall king. They have recall after recall after recall. And I can tell you, Volvo, not much better when it comes to reliability, especially the modern vehicles. I know I'm gonna get some Volvo fanboy, but these modern ones can have a lot of issues. Let's go over and check out some of the Volvo inventory. Over $76,000 for this XC90. That is a lot of money. 76 grand for an XC90, not cheap at all. And the other problem with Volvo, obviously, reliability. And I know some fanboys gonna say they're super reliable, and they might have been okay in the past, but these modern ones, it's not been good. Let's just put it that way. And then when you need to get something worked on, it's expensive, especially here in the United States. Let's see, $55,000. What is this, a V60 cross country B5 all-wheel drive plus? That is quite a name right there. But yeah, you have to pay to get these Volvos. And it's unique because it's Lincoln, Volvo, all in one, and even Mitsubishi. So quite the difference in pricing for sure. When we go over there, Mitsubishi should be much more affordable. Let's see, XC90 again, 85 grand. Wow, that's crazy. And these have always been expensive, but the funny part is, let's say 2013, 2015, they were still crazy expensive then, and they were 40, 50, up to 60 grand. And the XC90 maybe could touch 70 back then, but still, you got about a 15, 20 grand increase now. 72 grand XC90 hybrid. Do they have any XC60s? Do they still make them? Yeah, I guess these are the pre-owned. And that's the other thing, depreciation. Man, these Volvos depreciate. You will lose a lot of money on that, for sure. But if you're buying one of these, I don't know what people do here in the United States. Do they just lease them? Do they buy them? Because you're gonna lose so much money, it might be better you're gonna just sign up and just know the amount you're gonna lose. That's how bad of a situation it can be on some of these Volvos. They lose a lot of money very quickly. $82,000. Just go look at the used market. It isn't 2026. I'm surprised. So Volvo, obviously, they're controlling their inventory better than some of the domestics, but still, go check the used market and see. Let's go head over to Mitsubishi and see what kind of prices they have over there. Over $19,000 for this 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage here. Not cheap at all, but it's the cheapest you're getting in 2025. I mean, this is gonna be some of the cheapest, most affordable inventory we are going to see at this Mitsubishi dealership. And they actually finally have one. For the longest time, we did not have one in the area. They closed all of them down. And the owner of this dealer, he's taken a risk. This was not, I don't think it's been profitable. I imagine maybe it has, but he was telling me that it's gonna take time, and it's more, they can develop managers at this place because it is slow. $44,000, 2025 Outlander. And he said affordability. He saw that affordability was a problem. And so he said, you know what, let me take on this franchise. And it's not cheap. It's a lot of money. This was a gamble. Hopefully it works out, because in a day and age where you can't find $20,000 vehicles new, at least they still offer them. But it's a lot of money for what you're getting. I mean, these things, I don't know about that, man. That's a lot of money for what you're getting. Look at that, 20 grand. Yeah, I don't know about, you know, at least they're 20 grand, but these, I mean, just look at the used market, what you can pick them up for. So that's the thing, because they're very, very affordable, you know, all the way around. But is 19 grand affordable for what it is? That's the thing. It might be affordable for new cars nowadays, but look at what you're getting. You know, a little G4, like, it is not a reliable or long-lasting vehicle that is dependable and will hold value, that's for sure. But it's probably the most affordable new car on the market right now in the area for sure. I can't even find a vehicle in that price point, but for 5 grand more, you get a lot more options. So it is interesting seeing what's happening. This is I'd be surprised if he's actually making a profit at this dealer, just because it's such a low volume. But he can, you know, they have the Lincoln, they have the Volvo, so they can go off that for a little while. $31,000, and yeah, 2025. It's still a lot. Let's see, this one definitely has to be more. Whoa, 41, see, I mean, 40 grand. But in today's market, you know, what are you getting for 40 grand? And I think it's even leather, but still, you got a lot of issues with resale reliability and all that kind of stuff. But if it's somewhat reliable, I guess, you know, 40 grand, what do you get nowadays for that? So many manufacturers have gone crazy with pricing, like out the wazoo with pricing, but still, even these, I mean, 44 grand, are you kidding me? That's a lot of money for what it is. That is a lot of money for what it is. But I'm surprised that this dealer took on the risk and brought this dealer on. Obviously, he's trying to make money from it, but it's gonna be, it might take a little bit of time because it's just such a low, this is all the new cars they have. Talk about low volume. I mean, that's not much. Maybe they're selling out as soon as they get them because there's so many brands that don't offer $19,000 vehicles, and Mitsubishi still does in the United States. You just might not like the car. But let me know what you guys think. Have a great day. Quite a unique video. Mitsubishi, Lincoln, Volvo, all in one dealership. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.